Cut it, cut it, cut it. Salute to the hottest chat in the MF and game. You already know what it is. Just to drop in and do a late night. You know what I'm saying? Some old stumping grounds of mine, of course. I'm gonna. I just picked out, you know, a random, not random. I'll check out some of their freaking content sometime. You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna be Dub Panda, and they only produce like two races. Sometimes they do more talking, and the talking has a lot to do with the racing. But shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Mr. International Toby Bartlett, Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. So I'm gonna take y'all through the politicking. Just give you a little bit of interest on how this whole process works. Myself, I never was a straight guy. I'm not saying I never raced straight, but I started riding bikes back when I was like fifth grade, fifth or sixth grade. Used to take the parents' car out at night and sneak up to the local strip where they was racing cars and bikes, and you had some country boys out there, white and black, back in Georgia. That me living, in the city part of it, we just wasn't on them bikes like that. These was cats that was out on the country roads, and they was going out there. So that's what I learned early. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part about it is that, my pops had bought my older brother a dirt bike, and he didn't really know how to ride it like that. But I did. I knew how to ride it, but I never let them know because no one never taught me. I didn't want him to ask, like, how do he know how to ride a dirt bike like that? How? You know what I'm saying? My brother got on the freaking dirt bike and took it through the fence, man. Real, that's real rap, like in true words, man. I was laughing my ass off, but I never wanted to, let them know I knew how to ride a bike, cause first of all, I was freaking in elementary. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nobody, that he knows that taught me how to ride a bike. So for me to get on there, I just chill. Anyway, when I got in the Corps and got settled in, when I started handling my daddy responsibilities and got settled in, um, I got I got in the street bikes, whatever. And back then, you gotta understand, there was no social media, so a lot of this contact was landlines, pagers. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was old school communication, bro. Real talk. And a lot of these country guys, they have teams that show up to these races. A lot of cats that either help work on the bike. You got a lot of cats. That's all they do is invest time and mad knowledge on the bikes. And this is a dirty game. This is one of the most politicking, backstreet sports you can be a part of. Street racing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many ways that if you don't know what the hell going on, these cats could say they running on motor, and they can be running on something other than motor, and you lock in the bet, you locking in the bet. If you don't pay the bet, you ain't walking up out of there. You're gonna get some hands, feet, and something else put on you. So let's get to this vid right quick so we can kind of break down some other things that goes on with these street racing scenes. You know what I'm saying? Um, of course you see brothers, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the first part of the video. Y'all just bear with me. Let me put it. So this is pretty much, you know, one of my best hobbies. Like, I used to be truly dedicated into this street bike scene, but not the drag scene, but more so, you know, racing the turns, racing, the type of strips is through mountains, the turns and stuff like that. I like that aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got really um locked in to running mountains and turns and just those roadways, those twists and turns. It ain't nothing like riding through a turn, bro. It ain't nothing like riding through a turn and dragging and feeling your knee touch down, and then you lift it up, touch it down again, you on the throttle, be able to drag just equally on both sides. Amazing, amazing feeling. Let's get to the vid though. First of all, I want to give you a little um, info on what I'm looking at so far. So whenever you got a race bike, let's just talk about the basics. You know what I'm saying? First of all, people think you need to come in there with a big CC bike. The CC is the size, the engine size. I'm saying? Most of the time you see cats running out here, they have pretty decent bikes, 1,000 CC above. But that doesn't mean they can't roll out with a 750 with a bigger engine in it. They're going for the lightness of the frame. So you might find some cats out here racing with a 750 frame and all that, but the engine's been um, enhanced, modified, and that bike is very light. So what you'll probably see on the frame that light is that they make sure they extend that swing arm out long enough so the bike is not wheelie prone. Whereas you see this Kawasaki 1400 in front of you, that's a big bike. You know what I'm saying? This is a big bike. So it's already heavy. So they'll drop the front, they'll lower the front suspension, and they extend out the rear. So it's going to stay on the ground. So they'll take that, do whatever modification. I'm not going to get into the, specifics of modification of the engine, but it can get very, very complex trying to learn, just pay attention to the way the bike is sounding and shifting. Let's get it in. So right here, this is, you have to pay attention to the arm drop, hand drop, whatever the protocol is, whatever y'all agree to, that's the protocol. You know what I'm saying? Here is a hand drop. And already, you don't see it, but the bikes are moving. Okay? That 1400 is already ahead. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Zook over there. It's already ahead. You got to pay attention. The clutch is on the left hand side. Okay? You always use a 2-finger shift. You in the street game, you shifting from up top and you're not shifting from down low. Like the regular, bikes you get out the store, the clutch is down on the right side. I mean the brake is on the right side and the clutch is on the left side. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. You see that hesitation in the shift? I don't know what they're running in their engines. Some of these cats, they're running fuel strictly for racing, then they put it on the trailer. They ain't riding this bike on the street. He got out the hole. He got out the hole. And these are not small guys. He got out the hole. That bike is quick right there. I'd like to know what size sprocket does he have on the rear tire. Because the larger the sprocket, the quicker the bike is going to. But you have to gauge how big you want to run that sprocket for your for your range on your bike pull-in. It don't matter what you have on the engine. I mean, you can have what you have on the engine, but if your sprocket be too big, you're going to be good for low end. That's it. That other bike, if it has a medium sprocket for mid range, it's gonna come past you because the bigger the sprocket, yeah, you're gonna get out the hole quick. But depending on the distance that you're running, you might get stretched. He moving. He was moving. I ain't gonna lie. He got out the hole. He was moving.
We'll do that. And he got two motorcycles and don't ride damn motherfucking one of them.
Over like he riding the
He don't
street
race
bike.
neither.
Hey, what's up, man?
You see the video?
Huh?
So what happens a lot more times than none is that you have, in this day and era, when I came up, we didn't have all this shit. You know what I'm saying? We had some video cameras or whatever. We didn't have GoPros and all that. So a lot of the stuff that I actually did, it would have been great to get it on video all the time. But a lot of cats you was riding with, they was riding bikes You know what I'm saying? I didn't ride with a lot of dudes. I rode majority when I was overseas with Japanese. I didn't ride with Americans. Um, so you gotta understand social media wasn't in effect and all that shit. So a lot of good footage. I'm surprised I was able to get the pictures that I got. You know what I'm saying, on the road from the person who took it, because the picture's not that clear. You know what I'm saying? But I was going over 120. I was moving out. So um, it's just a lot of footage they wasn't able to get. But at meets like this, the biggest part you have to understand is the amount of people that you come with, attending enough street races to listen to the bike, understand what you're going on the line with, learn how to listen. If you're gonna eyeball the bike as they call it, make sure you know what you're looking for, because these cats right here, man, they can hide some stuff you'll never see, like spraying, for instance. People just think, oh man, you can see the bottle. No, these, man, even when I was riding back then, they was hiding bottles in swing arms. They was doing a lot of shit you couldn't tell. They was hiding the damn the hoses and everything, and they'll tell you they running straight motor, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what these cats talking about, though. It should be interesting.
Y'all see
Nah.
it? We back at you. He told me right where to go at. Hey, that nigga need to look like this on that dick.
Frank wore your ass out. You was out there talking about you want to drag Frank before the day was over with, and Frank beat the shit out your ass.
Shut up, you.
That's
Hey,
Frank
hey,
Son
hey,
of
listen.
a bitch.
on the 14th.
You a lie. You a lie.
Didn't we hear that he said he wanted to drag Frank before the night over with?
Now let's take a look at this street right here. This usually how them backwoods are. Now to be honest with you, when you meet up like this, and I learned that because, like I said, I used to ride dolo in the military. You got snitches, real talk, and you got people that don't know how to ride. And I held true to the game, and a lot of people end up going down for the very same reason I didn't ride with other military people, because I like to go out on the road and be responsible for myself and not somebody else. When you out here in the back end like this, you better know what's going on, because these dudes usually have shit on, and then they'll try to hustle you. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you a distance, and that distance right here, you know what I'm saying? But the distance be shorter than that. It's so many games that be ran out here. You know what I'm saying? If you lock in and they walk you the distance, and it's not the distance, but you lock in the race, and it's people standing at the right distance, but you come off the throttle because they done told you the wrong distance. You got to pay up because you lost the race. If you come off the throttle at a distance that's too short, you done. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about seeing these country dudes, right, is that they know a lot about bikes, man, from experience. They go out on these back roads all the time. There's not many houses out there, you know, um, not even trailer parks really. And you can always tell when you see the pavement looking the way it do. You know, burnout after burnout to warm the tires up and everything. And yeah, straight American pavement.
Yeah, we heard that shit,
You're a
nigga.
damn lie.
You got out there and Frank you got out there and Frank let the ass.
You got your dirty skanky fake Rick Ross looking ass up there and did something.
Frank be that nigga say,
On them days. I ain't sleep for that day. He
Frank,
went
that
home.
dog in 3 days.
So if you're looking at that bike, look at that bike over there behind this guy, right? Some of these bikes you can't tell what it is. They have changed the body work on it, changed the paint. But you see most of them how they drop the front end. They have a front fork modification, and also you look at the disc right here, the brake disc. They have racing brake disc. Not to mention the brakes itself, because sometimes You never know when somebody pull out. You want to make sure you be able to slow that beast down. You don't want no sorry ass break this because them joints get hot and you will be sliding like you're on an ice rink. You be grabbing all brake and that bike ain't slowing down. That's if you got the cheap brake disc. But yeah, you got the modification in the front. They lowered it. I can see that right away. And they probably have a lot more done to it, when it comes to the engine.
TJ walk around like a dog, bro.
Right.
Do you hear the June bugs out there? Do you hear that? That's how country it is. You hear them bugs, listen to them.
I did the same thing, get my dog. How you do to get them dicks?
See, it's crazy how they go out here and run, and sometimes it's not a lot of, people out here in this particular race. Why? Because they out there practicing. They out there getting their shit together. They out there tuning their bikes. They done did some work to it, and they want to go out here and run it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes on. That's why they doing this video and they just talking. You say, damn. But I'm gonna go to another video though. You say, damn. Why don't they run the bikes? Because this the way it goes, man. When you get to a real one, it's gonna be a lot more people, and they're gonna be politicking for money. And then I ain't talking about no small money either, man. I'm not talking about no small money either.
Hey, TJ put that shit on. Same.
Round 2.
See the big 1400. Look at that bike. Bike look massive, man. Look at that 190 on the back. Look at that 190 tire on the back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a beast of a bike right there. When them 14s came out, man, everybody was trying to scoop them up. But when the Booster came out, they was trying to get that 1300cc. You know what I'm saying? If you had the older model, which I believe is like the 19, let me see, it might have been the 99 without the governor on it. Then they start putting the governors on the freaking Hayabusas. But you can always modify it and take it off. But at one point in time, the 1300 Hayabusa was the bike to have if you was talking about straights. You know what I'm saying? Running the quarter, eighth, whatever.
If you shave your head, or if you think
And let me put the disclaimer up there. You know what I'm saying? Let me put this up there just so they know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to OG Bruce, Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. What's good? So, as you're looking at these bikes right here, you got round 2. Obviously, if you look at that bike over to the left, which it looks like a Zook, but it's such a smaller bike than that 1400. Such a smaller bike. So depending on the first race, which we seen the freaking Kawasaki 1400, which is the green bike, it got stretched a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It was gap. That bike, to have that small of an extension on the back, it's quick. That bike is fast over there to the left. That bike is fast. It looked like a 1000. You know what I'm saying? I rode a Zook 1000 after I got rid of my 1100s. You know what I'm saying? I rode a Zook 1000. I'm Suzuki for life. You know what I'm saying? But that bike is super fast, man. And that bike over here, it has to have the engine compensation. You know what I'm saying? For the weight, power to weight. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got some work done to the bike, but that's a big ass bike though. Let's see what happened in the rematch. And everybody knows why they do a burnout, to warm the tires up so it can stick once they, digging out the hole. So think about how many times they're burning out and removing rubber off these tires. These tires run over $200 easy. And then you got to think about shipping and all that. These tires run a good little penny. These are race compound tires. So these ain't cheap ass tires, man. So when they doing that burnout, they probably got tires sitting back at the shop because they're not gonna last that long. You know what I'm saying? I used to wear mine out on the edges though.
It's already hot.
And he on the short side. Oh, Frank won that.
Oh, Frank won.
I told you like Frank came out. But see, that's a big bike. So once you get up in that fourth, fifth gear, it's finna do that.
Okay, 14 won.
Do what they do.
All right, time.
So the 14 ended up winning that. They went back and made some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? It all deals with the rider too. Always, it deals with the rider. Not every rider's the same. That's why they get out there and practice. You know what I'm saying? And get some of these little small races in. I don't know how much they race for. They're not really vocal about putting how much they running for, like other videos. Let me see.
Tiebreaker?
Yeah, DCC.
About the eighth, and after the eighth, Frank went to humming after the eighth.
Yeah. We thought the Jigsaw won.
Went to work.
Humming after the eighth.
Everybody got their own style of ride. That's why.
Running the trio tour. That's who I've agreed with. They 1-1 right now. He's racing the slides, y'all. I won't suggest this to nobody, but the only reason his shifter is up top and not on the bottom. He's racing the slides. I wouldn't do that shit any other time, but if you got a shifter
You ready over here? Oh, no, y'all put that.
Watch that water.
I like my ankles. I like
He's still right.
you know to have grip on
right
the
in
ground and all that. Just got slides. Ain't no way. You know what he's doing though? He seems like he understands that bike real good. Then racing with no helmet, believe that. So what you just seen him do with the rear tires, that the racing compound tire, when you, even though you see the rubber that's laced on the street, you know, from them racing at this spot so much, right? He's trying to rub that gravel, that American pavement out the tire, just so it can give it better traction, obviously, right? If you don't, the rocks will continue to be in the tire, and once that rubber, you put it on the trailer, that rubber is going to cool back down and you're going to have rocks in your tire. So you can't really prevent all the rocks from not being in the tire. All you have, you know, you pretty much saying, you know, for the race, while the compound is soft, just get some of those rocks out of there for better traction. But this, I guess this is the third race. I'm going to go to
Man, goddamn it. Oh, Ron, get the fuck out of the way, man. So we get this shit over with. That man gotta go. He gotta go, you got dick to suck. Now hurry up. You know them niggas waiting on you.
in order to have this hobby, you have to have some money in the tire. I'm waiting on my tire, but I'm gonna race anyway. This shit ball.
Y'all, he kicked the GoPro on the mount. It broke the mount.
You know
That's why we ain't got no more GoPro footage. Let's bet that money, TJ. I bet he push-ups.
I think the 14 got it done because you talking about them 1400cc bikes, man. They only get stronger with the distance. So it looked like he won.
He think he won. I mean, he think
It looked like
he think Stokes won.
he won.
Man, he came back around.
Nah, man, I think y'all just got
It kind
that.
of looked like
I
it
came
did.
back around him, man. First, it was like
So was just smooth. Our dog was 50.
Yeah.
Smooth rolling on out of there. He got a bike.
He left better than I thought he was gonna leave though.
He had to come back.
He left better than I thought he was gonna leave. Stokes.
Oh, I knew he was gonna leave, but I done seen him ride.
Dang.
I knew he was gonna leave.
that's him. Yep. He.
Stop. Oh, damn. Damn, you kept you holding about that stop? Damn.
God dang, I would have seen $10 more, man.
We gotta do that shit again, my nigga. Hold up. Ain't over. Ain't motherfucking over.
So they're doing a lot of talking in this video right here. Let me try to find one that's a bit better. You know, with more racing. Let me see. Let me see about this right here. Let me see. This seems like it's a bit better, even though it was 2 months ago. Let me share it on here. So this is good. You know, you got a Zook. One thing about it, these cats to be putting numbers on here, they serious. You know what I'm saying? The riders look different posture wise in this. You know what I'm saying? Usually they get a little bit lower out the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like resting your chest on the gas tank. But you have a Jigster, and you know both of these bikes have some serious modifications to it. If you take a look at the piping, the exhaust system, yes. You take a look at the front tire of that Zook, yes. You know what I'm saying? So this should be a pretty good race. You got two Suzukis. The one on the far right is Hayabusa 1300, and I believe the other one is 1,000. You ain't catching no 1,000 if it gaps you like that out the hole. You ain't catching it. I don't care if you on a motherfucking Hayabusa with freaking flames coming out that bitch. You done.
Really?
That's when you make that. That's called when you make somebody stop.
It'd have been
Let me get smaller.
so good to get stuck. You matching your bike. God, that's great, man. We'd have been burying both of them. You and the bike, both y'all dressed alike, just like this.
So I'm just stopping this just to educate the listeners, whatever, right? So this is another Hayabusa. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can listen to it breathing. You got some nice little customs to it. Plus, you see that bottle up under there. You know, so let's see how this rider holds it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it got some nice, you know, modifications going on to it. Definitely, you know, if you look at the exhaust system and everything else in between, the old school way they had the bottle sitting right at the top, the rear of the bike, right in front of the rear tire. Some of them have it up on top, like you got your rear shock, and then they might have the bottle up there in the seat compartment, hidden. It all depends on how much, how many sprays they're gonna hold on the bike. It all depends, bro. Hey, they might as well go ahead and put an extender on that because he was shaky out the start. You have that much hesitation on the race for money, you're done. Yeah, I don't care what you got. I don't care how much you spraying. If you racing a bike that's damn near equal to your modification, man, it's over.
Yeah, kilo.
Just another hint, you got carbon fiber fender on there. I was all about lighting the bike up. My bike was pretty damn light. I want to let me try to when I get to the end of this, I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about when it comes to lighting the bike up, because weight does matter. But when you pushing it on a street race like that, nah. I mean, yeah, certain things you should lighten up, but a lot of times they just doing it for custom. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, real talk. Hold on, I'm about to get back to the vid, y'all. Hold on. Okay, let's get back to the vid. Got some nice little custom aesthetics, which, it dealing with the comfort. This is obviously a street rideable bike. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice little customs to the seat, the rear, and all that. No serious extension on the rear. So they're riding this probably daily and everything. They got some, engine modifications done to it, of course.
That Gen 3 queen. Talk too much, y'all.
I think one time we ran 3 times.
That's La Samurai, Gen 3 booster. Going up against the gingerbread man, TJ. TJ spraying. And Roy over there on Moto. Boy was ready, boy.
He jumped. The lights on. He jumped.
Oh, he
He
did?
jumped. Boy, jumped.
Who jumped?
Oh, I thought he saying I jumped.
The fuck? I thought you will. No, I ain't going no motherfucking well. I knew he was gonna jump.
Boy was out of there. God damn it.
Thank you.
No,
No, just put that bitch on the trailer. It's okay.
Oh, dog, you give him more money.
No, put that bitch on the trailer.
They know he jumped too.
Hey, that wasn't even. I should have just not hit the light.
I ain't betting back.
I still hit it, but I was like, that.
You got to. I'm waiting on the light. Come on. Green light.
Just let DJ
Turn the light off. But you took off. How far you jumped?
You kind of.
Hey, man. They look at that. You just watch him. Let him.
Yeah, bro, I was
Light
moving the
did come
camera
on.
a lot. I thought I didn't even realize how much I was moving the damn camera. My bad.
200 to 100.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lord Disick. Nearly
Haven't seen Disick in a minute.
Come on,
a lot. I thought I didn't even realize how much I was moving the damn camera. My bad.
200 to 100.
Come on, boy. Yeah. I mean, it kind of shocked me like,
Got the shorty coming from underneath. Custom swing on there. You know, he got some nice, and it looked like he has some aftermarkets on there too. Some custom rims. Yeah, it looked like he got some custom rims on there. Black. It doesn't seem like the stock rims. I may be wrong, but I don't think so.
Y'all finna see it. Nitrous.
That nitrous ain't in there. I don't know.
I got that one on. I got that one, my boy.
I don't know what this is. This is just GoPro. I don't know what this is that he's racing to. Is that 18?
Said TJ with the nitrous on.
That goddamn gas started coming in hard up there, boy. Yeah. Huh?
There wasn't even no space.
Yeah, man. That gas came in at the last.
Hey, he made boom, boom.
That gas came in.
terrible.
You can't catch me on the gingerbread man, bitch.
Hey,
Modified. This
you heard what Draco said? Draco said, line it up.
Line it up.
Get your ass out of here, crazy ass white.
They got 4 kids of nitrous on the back of the truck.
That was a clean light. Take off there.
Guys, a clean take.
Both ways on the
Say
light.
that
All you need is a
word
little
up right
30
now.
shot.
As I always say.
You didn't win by much.
Hey, TJ, I got to see you more. Cheating me.
Yes, you will. I got the video. I've been down there.
God dang, bro.
Moto.
the first one that I've seen that they were nothing on it. Look like the bike is like the zoo. I think that is white. We got some Pirellis on. I like it.
That wasn't even close. But don't y'all hate it when the bike don't shift? Can't stand it.
Okay, see, once again, we seeing another bike walk around this booster right here. So what did I say earlier about Sprocket? Or it may be the tune of his bike. It has to be the tune because a booster shouldn't be dropping like that unless these other bikes are tuned differently from mid to the top end. You know what I'm saying? This bike is, it's a nice looking booster, but looks don't have shit to do with it. When you getting walked around, they come skirting around your ass, when you supposed to be really putting it. You close to the freaking eighth, a quarter runs out quick. That shit runs out quick. So I don't know where the marker is at really, but clearly he drove around his ass.
Oh yeah, my bad. That was nitrous to motor.
That's what I'm talking about. You gotta redeem it. You gotta redeem it.
Nitrous to motor.
Thank y'all for watching.
Nitrous to motor. God damn. Yeah, this is my last baby right here. This is in my garage. Pretty much I have Olin's front and rear race suspension. I have racing rims. Those are just not no chrome rims that you putting on cars, and no, those are lightweight RC components. You can hold them with your pinky finger. You know what I'm saying? Custom sprocket in the back. I had my it's just a lot of modification. My brake, I had custom braking system, brake pads and brake disc on my bike. Um, I had a airbox modification with a stage 2 um cam mod. It was a lot of stuff done to it. It was strictly for street racing, real talk. Um, with the Olin suspension, if you see that little modification, well, you can't see it, but if you look at the top of the tire, it's almost like a little tube that's coming out on the other side. If I was heading to turns, um, I can adjust it to harden or soften it depending on the radius of the turn. That's what I love about Olin's. I can just, make that little small turn and soften the suspension, the harden the suspension. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I had the front end dropped a bit. Yeah, I had some good amount of custom, and I was running a special freaking gas in here, additive to it, to handle the engine modification that I had. So it was running pretty good for street. Didn't have too many problems with it overheating or whatever. But every now and then I put it in contest, and it had a lot of fine details to it. I mean, a lot of fine details. I didn't care too much about the body work. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. I like the black and gray because I had black and gray leathers. But um, it just had really minor details, light sprocket, you know, um, O-ring chain, racing disc, Olin's front suspension and rear, just the engine mods, just little small things to make it street rideable for the turns. And then for my height, I definitely had the pegs adjusted to my height to make it comfortable for me to lay it down once I do go in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's good, man. Like I said, this was everything. I used to go on night rides up here. This is actually in the mountains overseas, right? This is in the mountains. I rode this same turn by myself at night. I know this road. Look, I knew this road so good. I've known people to crash out on this freaking this whole mountain from top to bottom. It has some nice little twisties in there. But I've known people to crash out in this joint. You know what I'm saying? During the daytime. It's bike parks all over there, but this was a place to be. If you was to come up there and get away from the garrison, like the city part of it, because where the bases were at and all that. So let me get some clarification as to why I didn't ride with Americans like that. Um, the reason being is that a lot of Americans that was getting motorcycles in the military was because anybody would give them a motorcycle because they knew they was going to get their money. You know what I'm saying? They'll hit them with this and that. Some of these guys, they never rode no bikes, no real bikes of that. They rode some dirt bikes, but they wanted to go to a duty station and get it and become a part of a group or whatever and start riding with a motorcycle group. Me, I just always like to be responsible for myself. And it wasn't in a standoffish way. It's like I just wanted to protect them because I've seen a lot of people die, you know what I'm saying, on these bikes. And I just didn't want to be the one responsible for nobody. But me myself, I was kind of numb to what could possibly happen because when I'm on a bike, everything slows down. That shit is real life. That shit is true. When you're on a motorcycle going at high speeds through a turn and just on the straights and turn, all you're focusing on your throttle. And sometimes I'll be on the bike and it's almost like I didn't even hear the engine going. All I can see in front of me is the turn coming up. I couldn't hear anything else, man. I couldn't hear the engine. I couldn't hear the shifts. I didn't hear anything. I can just see this in front of me. And then at night, I had prescription freaking motorcycle goggles that I wore under my helmet because my eyesight wasn't the best. Damn, that was the best thing. I mean, I could see everything. I mean, I used to love to go at night, but this is where it gets crazy at. You'll be at a place, let's just say it's Japan. You'll be over at a place and you taking, they had these vending machines or these stopping points where bikes at. You'll be over there taking a sip. So you see some bikes come up. Truth be told, sometimes it's Japanese because most of the time the Japanese come up, they be organized and they come up and they go right past you and they park all their bikes over there. But when the Americans come up, you might see one, then two, and then it might be another one. It wasn't organization, right? So I'd be over there just chilling, and that's how I met the first group of Japanese. So they said, "Oh, we seen you up here." You know what I'm saying? One that speak English pretty good. He's like, "We see you up here. Sometimes you don't ride with a group." I said, "No, no." At that time, my Japanese was pretty decent. I said, "Tai, Tai." They start laughing. That mean hurt. Danger or whatever. And so the Americans come up here, and this what I have to deal with the Americans being in the military. Okay, so sometimes you'll get bike riders in these certain hot spots. Okay, when you be on these stations, and be NCIS, or NIS. You know what I'm saying? Especially if an incident has happened with a rider getting killed. Yeah, yeah. They'll come up there dressed all up, acting like they're riders. And I see all right through that. I see right through it. You know how I saw right through it? Because I look at their bike. I listen to what they're trying to get. They say, hey, if somebody come up to you when you out on your bike, and you say, hey, man, you all the way up here? Yeah, yeah. Where you stationed at? Like, how far did you ride? Nobody asked that overseas. They have when I was coming up, they have a bad problem over there with Americans getting killed. I can tell you every story of each American that I know that I have rode with one point in time and knew, And when I got the news that they died, and then some of them I kind of seen it in the after part and seen it go down. Them injured or whatever. It happened all the time. But anyway, they'll ask you, what base you on, trying to find out, like, how long you been over here? What base you on? So maybe we can go ride. No, that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm new to this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. They'll have these bikes up here. The tread on the tires is barely used. You all the way up here north, in which you going through some turns. You must have goddamn been standing straight up and grab and hold that damn brake as much as you can coming up to where I was at. And the bike don't look like it's used. And then they'll have these fresh gear. The knee pucks aren't used. In the meantime, they checking, trying to see, you know, who you are, what your bike. They'll try to act like, okay, well, let me go over here and get a drink, and they'll try to get your tag number. And I don't care. I didn't care if they got my tag number, because when I leave up out of there, if they with me, they ain't gonna be with me for long. And that's the little thing that they used to have. On the flip side of it being NCIS or whatever, NIS, NCIS, whoever, you had the Americans that roll out there that was regular riders, right? So you have them come up there depending on if they Army, Air Force, Navy, whoever, it didn't matter, Marine Corps, they all come up here and they'll see you. If you're not with a group, they'll come over and start talking to you. I say, what's up? Everybody's checking out the bike. Say, oh man, nice bike, nice modified bike. Where you headed? I said, I'm probably heading back south. Oh man, you're all the way up here. You're not going up north? And that's exactly where I'm headed. I said, yeah, I thought about it, but man, go ahead. It's still kind of early, man. Let's go. I said, no, I don't really ride like that. And if you tell a regular rider that you're not riding with them up to this place, they feel some type of way, dog. They feel some type of way that they want to act like, oh, he's too good. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't get it. Look, I tell them, no, don't get it twisted. It's just, at night like this, you really got to know what you're doing. Everything doesn't have to be fast, man. I said, I didn't say it was going to be fast. I said it's dangerous. I mean, some of them turns, your bike, you lay down your bike and your bike is going off a cliff. It's very dangerous. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then you don't want to tell them what your rank is. You know what I'm saying? Because then you get somebody's trying to start an argument. They might be a certain rank, and then they want to say, well, all they got to say one time, like, well, we supposed to be practicing safety out here anyway. You know what I'm saying? Where's your vest at anyway? Because Americans supposed to we supposed to rode with vest. They look, when Americans come in there and start putting that bullshit to my, wear your vest. You say, man, I ain't got time to be you know what I'm saying? Don't come up here ruining my day trying to put rules and stipulations. So it was a time where I had a routine and I would roll out. I had this like religiously. You know what I'm saying? Religiously, I just felt like, riding at night, you wasn't going to see too many Americans out there. Because the daytime, oh my God. You talking about tragedies? Oh my goodness. It's always somebody. It's always somebody passing away, bro. Because they see all that roadway. They forget that them turns coming up. They have no idea how quick that turn is going to come. So anyway, when it come times to go, I say, hey, I'm about to bounce. Back then they say I'm about to just take it up a couple of blocks or whatever. Let's ride with you. I say, y'all came up by yourself. Please ride with yourself, man. I don't want to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see them kind of he don't want to ride with us and this, that, and that. And it's not just a black crowd, a white crowd. It be mixed. You know what I'm saying? It be mixed. I had no military shit on my bike except a tag. So one time I was leaving this particular drop off point, got out to the roadway. I see the headlights pulling in. So I'm in the front, and when you ride in front of a pack, I usually lead with the Japanese. The good thing about this time is that the Japanese was deciding to leave. So Me, I always let the Japanese freaking go. If they're leaving when I'm leaving, I let them go in front of me. Yes, it was for courtesy because I knew some of them, once I got accustomed to them, but it was that I can ride on the back end of the Japanese's freaking group. Okay? I guarantee we was gonna disappear into the night. That's what any group of American, unless it was my friends from the Air Force, these two white dudes who used to ride, and I knew who they were when they was coming. I knew who they were. I knew the color of their bike. I knew how it sound, all of that. But besides that, nah. So let the Japanese go, and when the Japanese take off, them tail lights disappear quick, for real. They don't stay over there drinking too long because they don't want their tires to get cold. Boom, they go. I got in from the back. I see the Americans, the tail lights. I mean the headlights come out. So I kind of got up, took off from the stretch, got up on close on the rear on the last ride of the Japanese group, just riding. And then I know what point. It's a point up there when you're heading up north where you have some straights and then it becomes all turns. And you can always tell when the last straight is there, when it's about to be nothing but turns for the next pretty much 10 minutes damn near. You know what I'm saying? I mean serious freaking turns, y'all. Serious freaking turns. So you hear the acceleration? That is. Boom. I'm looking back at the Americans and I wanted so bad to tell them to put my hand back there and say, "Hey, chill, chill, chill. This is nighttime. Just chill. Just take it easy." But this it didn't seem like they was going that fast. Boom, they took off, set up for the first time. Then took a peek back there. I still saw one headlight. I said, okay, that whoever that knucklehead is trying to keep up. And then I just paid attention to the turns. I ain't want to damn kill my boom. Dun, dun. So I'm riding with the Japanese all the way up north to this spot right here. So once we go there, you hurry up and turn in and you go straight through. You run straight through. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little roadway track up in the mountains. You can see the mountains. You can see everything right there, man. No buildings up there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially for a bike ride. You know what I'm saying? And it was just amazing to go up here. But they didn't see where we turned, I don't think. But we rolled up and down there, man, had fun. And then they said, "Hey, why don't you come back out Saturday or whatever?" That's when they really start saying, "Okay, damn, this is American rider. He black and he can knee drag too. Like, what is this?" They asked me how long I've been riding. What did I learn to do that? Because it wasn't no Americans up there, no black Americans up there dragging knee at all, yo. I'm a nigga from the city. Look, I learned that shit in a parking lot, bro. I learned that in a parking lot doing a figure eight. And then I said, man, this can't be that different on the street. It was. You just have to learn to set up. And one thing I found out about me, when I set up for these curves, I go in hot and I guess I weighed, weighing over 200 pounds, I was able just to lay that joint down right and stay on the throttle and without really hitting the brake. So that shit, boom, my knee finally touched on the street. It was unfucking believable. The first time I actually drug and my puck was on the damn, I say, God damn. And I'm looking ahead of me. I'm not looking at the road. I'm looking around the turn. Once I got my mechanics right with dragging, throttle, speed, continued acceleration, boom, come up on it, make adjustments, get up on the tank, look all the way to the next turn, all the way through, lean over, accelerate, knee out just a little bit, lay that bike over, and once that knee touch, you accelerate. And accelerate just enough so it don't become dangerous. Yeah, man, it was beautiful. It felt beautiful. So, me being one of the only black riders that was on that island that can knee drag at that time, it was a big deal because for the right reasons my name was circulating, but also it got to the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because people like see my bike out with a tinted visor on, and they would be like, "Man, we want to ride with him." But I say you got the white riders up there. They need drag all the time. They say, no man, you got damn 6'3", you 230, you up there riding a bike like that, man. Ain't no way. Man, I don't know how you learn how to do that shit, man. I'm scared as hell. I said, so y'all black and y'all are race straights, but you don't want to learn how to you scared to knee drag? That's crazy. But anyway, once I was leaving this up top and I was riding back, as I was headed back, I seen the Americans, but that time I was in probably like fourth or fifth gear. I was rolling. Because when I roll home, it's just like I lock in and I don't unlock until I get close to where the base is at. I don't stop for no drinks. I don't do anything. So when I was rolling back, I seen these Americans and they was going, the opposite way. There was no need for them to turn around at that point because I was riding by myself and I was out of there. So boom, take it on home. You know what I'm saying? Feel the moment, euphoria. All you can hear is just a little wind. You hear the wind, but you just see shit, man. Every turn, you see lights. You see the line in the road. You see the radius of your headlight. I put custom freaking headlight to brighten my headlights up, so I can see when I put my brights on, I can see a little bit further in front of me so I can, know what's going on. Because sometimes the Japanese, they pull out very slow. And that is some unfortunate ways that Americans passed over there too, because the mama sons will pull out from the side. And if you was flying around them corners, if you was close to the city and you hit mama son or papa son, um, and you die, oh, you definitely paying them, and your insurance is paying them. And to own a bike, yeah, the motorcycle insurance was crazy over there, because you had all these accidents all the time. But get back in town, unlock it, chilling, cruising, and then it gets to this. This is usually like Friday night. Sometime Tuesday night, I go all the way up in the dark and come back. But anyway, um, not to make a long story short, but some of these deaths, um, I do think about, you know, because it wasn't the fact it had anything to do with me. It's just when it came down to one of the people that I've been telling I didn't want to ride, and it was a black couple, and him and his wife rode, and I kept telling him I didn't want to ride with him. I even had some people at my shop trying to fight. Real talk, they trying to fight me because they was trying to look. They try to I mean, not a physical fight, but an argument, and saying I could be starting a motorcycle group in the company, and I'll get the fuck out of here anyway. It's this dude that kept asking me to ride, and I said, bruh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't ride with people, but I can tell you it's a group that's leaving that I'm gonna be riding in the back this Saturday, right? So um that took him, he had to ask me like numerous of times for me to ride because I knew something bad was gonna happen to this dude. And his wife was so domineering. Man, that female was like 6'2" herself. And she was the alpha in that motherfucker, man. And she was like, Scotty, why you doing my husband like that? I said, ain't got nothing to do with your husband. I think he's a novice rider. That's all. I don't want him to get hurt up there. That's a whole nother world. He ain't been up there like that. He said, oh, he rode the streets plenty of times. I said, this Japanese is different. Japan is different. The Japanese drivers are different. So he goes up there. Look, I let him go. He goes up there. I'm hanging out in the back because that's what we do. A fast rider will hang out in the back and pick up any stragglers, make sure nobody didn't crash and get left behind. And he starts to speed once we get past Hanson, Swab, the last base before everything takes place with all the damn straights and the turns and all that shit, right? And I'm just watching him way from the rear. So finally we get to a point where everybody's trying to catch up and do a head count, make sure everybody's cool, their bike's cool, got enough gas, all this shit, because it's about to get dirty. I look over to him. This is no shit, y'all. I look over to this cat. I ain't gonna mention his name either. I look over to him. I say, bro, slow down. Please do me a favor and slow down, man. Once we pull off from here, it's gonna be some twisties, bro. Just slow down. I remember him giving me the little like, psh, cause he didn't think he haven't seen me get on anything. I ain't never roll. He ain't never seen me roll. Finesse the throttle, nothing. I just been chilling in the back. He said, psh. So he actually made it up there to the top. So when I got up, we got out to this place. We'll have these multiple restaurants. We got out eating and shit. He came over to me. He said, man, I told you I can do it. I said, hey, most other people do make it up here. You know what I'm saying? All I was asking, brother, for you to slow down, please. That's all I was asking you to do. Slow down, brother. I've been at this too long. I've seen cats like yourself go out here and get too involved and not paying attention. And either they're going too fast and not keeping proper distance from the bike in front of them, or they hit the turn, they hit the brake too hard, and they high side. It all depends. He said, I'll be okay, man. I'll be okay. I said. So when it got time to go, I told the other fast guy, I said, hey, I'm going to be in the front messing around. That means, you're going to take off. And, it's a part where it's a long bridge, do some wheelies on the bridge, play around a little bit, wait for everybody else to come, and then get back in the group. I'm sitting up there wheeling on the bridge, and I don't see him. I don't hear him. I'm up there with two other dudes. We just playing around wheeling on the bridge. We don't hear no in the distance. Nothing. We don't hear none of that shit. So we stopped. We was like, you think something happened? He said, man, you know it did. You know it did, bro. And then sure enough, we heard that ambulance coming. I said, oh shit, something happened. So we started trying to go freaking back towards the area. And then I got waved down and they told me, hey, your boy that was on the green one, he crashed hard, bro. He's in bad shape. All I can think about, damn, I'm gonna have to go explain this to the command, even though I wasn't with him now. I told him to slow down. He didn't want to slow down. He crashed hard, man. And this dude almost lost his Marine Corps career because he just wouldn't listen, bro. I felt so bad for him because he was too naive to know that another brother was trying to save his life. And he almost lost it. You know what I'm saying? He almost lost his life, broke his arm to the point where it was just bad, man. He could have lost his arm, you know. He had some shit going on where supposedly his brain swelled inside his helmet and shit, man. It was bad. So when I went down to the hospital, his wife was already down there. So I was the only one that showed up, and she said, where's everybody else? I said, you asking the wrong thing. First of all, why are you yelling? I mean, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I sat there and told you he wasn't ready for that, and you wanted to encourage me to go. I say, and the good thing, I wasn't even with him when he wrecked, just in case you want to throw that out there. Why weren't you with him? I said, why am I going to be with him? I ain't going to babysit him. I told him to slow the fuck down, and he didn't slow down. So she started calming down a little bit and told me everything is they believe going on with him. And he had to go through some serious rehab, bro. Real talk, serious rehab. And he really didn't like talking to me about the situation. But he did say, he should have listened. He didn't think that it'll get that fast going back. I said, I try to tell you, bro. But he ended up being able to make it out, I suppose, in the Marine, in the Corps. He ended up being able to make it out. He had another cat, this white guy that can actually ride. He can actually ride. But one thing he loved doing is wheeling, stand up wheelies. And he wheelie and hit the median and went into traffic and got hit by a car, man, killed. Just that easy. Just see him at the light. Because some of the Americans, you see that type of bike all the time. And you're not necessarily riding with them. Like on Thursday, Friday nights, I didn't always go up north. I did consistently, but sometimes I go down. Go up north, I go down south into the city and ride around down there. You know what I'm saying? Go get something to eat. They had some very good food. Go down there and get something to eat with the bikes and all that. You know where the bikes are at. Sometimes it be some females there on bikes and shit. You meet new Japanese, all that. And yeah, my friend Takazu, he was a Japanese who spoke very good English. He would call what we would call a street dude over here. Takazu was a hustler. He always, want to race Americans, and he could ride. Dude spoke English very very well. You can tell he was a street dude over there. He's been hanging around a lot of Americans. But my boy ended up being getting killed, man. He was coming over there doing a teapot off the back. His friend was on the front of the bike doing a wheelie. He was leaning off the back, making his helmet, scrape off the ground and shit, man. And I guess when they touched the two tires down or whatever, I guess a car put on brakes in front of him. He ran into the back of the car. His friend did. He went over the top of the car, went into oncoming traffic because them lanes over there ain't no joke. And got ran over twice, man. Killed him. You know what I'm saying? Air Force dude riding on the backside of Cadena, speeding, went over the medium, went through all over them cars, broke his neck, done. You know, a guy that went to the same track days I went to over in mainland. Because at one point in time, I went over there to get some more training. I wanted to see what the real curves look like on track days and get some more training to be lethal. You know what I'm saying? And I remember him being over there. But him and his girl ended up moving on the island, and he had a V twin. And I was like, damn, that V twin nasty, man. I never knew how fast them V twins was. But even him, good friend of mine, dude. Like, I rode with him once. But on that day, man, I got the news that they found his bike over there on the side of the road on fire. And he had passed away. I say, no, somebody had to be riding with him. Because there ain't no way his level of riding, he can ride better than me. I can keep up with him, but he can ride better than me. And they say somebody was with him because it was some tracks. It was more than two tracks. I don't know what could have happened. I can't get the scenario, but I feel bad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been so long since he passed away. But yeah, that was one of the only people that I'll ride up there. You know, even a little bit of distance if I was coming from Naha or something like that. But I did meet this other Marine, right? He was a part of a twin. My people will tell you that he was the only one I rode with consistently up there at nighttime. He's a white dude that was in the Corps, and he had a freaking Kawasaki 12, green too. And I remember him asking me. He said, "Man, I got good at riding, man. Let's go up there and do a night ride. I hear you be going these night rides." So at first I took him up there. He trailed me, and I was really pushing the gas a little bit. And he was like, "I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." So I said, "All right." So we went a couple of times, and he got good, and he was able to stay on it. I say, "Now I'm gonna really push it and just ride within your limit to keep my tail lights in sight." So he said, "Cool." Boom. He did that. I said, "Man, we good. You done came up, man. You done got better." Because I knew him around, but I knew he was out there riding with other cats. And he had asked me to go riding earlier, but I said, "No, I'll just suggest you get your familiarity up with that area first, and then we'll go riding." We used to go riding all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? He had a twin brother look just like him, didn't ride a lick. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But it's so many freaking um riders I've seen, you know, pass away in the States too. You know what I'm saying? In the States too. It just became numb. You know what I'm saying? I see these cats weaving out in the traffic. Seeing cats freaking die all too often from motorcycles, and this is with helmets on, this is protective gear and all that. I myself, I tell people I crash bad, and and no one can tell me I didn't die that day. You know what I'm saying? Because supposedly I flipped over 3 times in the air. I did 3 flips in the air. It was all bad. I was doing a stand up wheelie. Every now and then I'll stand up and wheelie, but I didn't do it often because I didn't want to fuck up my front suspension because I needed that. That was very important for doing turns, right? So the family was to the right, popped it up, rode it. Seemed like everything came up quicker than usual. So the turn came up, and I say, "What the fuck?" I could have sworn that turn was farther than that. I put that bitch down. I was going pretty goddamn fast when I did it. Got a little tank slapper, shimmy in there. So I see the turn coming up. I'm looking through the turn. I see a big ass white truck, man. Looked like a utility truck. So I'm trying to slow down because I was just going to take the corner. I said, I can't do it. I ain't going to make it, because it's 2 cars. So I'm grabbing hold of all this brake, man. And all of a sudden, my shit just kicked me off. Boom. I hit something, hit the corner. Boom. I hear all that shit breaking. I'm flying. And then I start to see the light. I guess a moment of me, I blacked out. I got knocked out or whatever. And the light started coming in. I started seeing that light come in. It started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I was like, damn. And then all of a sudden, somebody was tugging on me, tugging on me, and tugging on me. And then I turned over. I say, something ain't right. God damn. I got up. I had a huge ass freaking bowling ball knot in my stomach from the handlebar. It's from me hitting the bar, the handlebar tip, on the bike. Both of my thighs was fucked up. Man, I was fucked up. So now I got a bike that the nose is busted. The neck of the bike is busted. It's total. I had to call this guy that was married to a Japanese at the time to come over here and pick up my bike in a hurry because I didn't want to draw any attention to the military police being called or anything like that. So I was gonna get my shit fixed on my own dime, or tell my insurance company, that I wrecked it, which I did. But I ended up getting my bike total. My bike was total, and the insurance company paid for me to get another bike, which was incredible. They paid for me to get another bike. Now the Gixxer 1000s, the European models that was over there, they was faster than the American model. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. The one I brought over there with me was the American model, but I ended up getting a European, and the shit was faster than the one I had. So I said, cool. And I got one with damn near 2 clicks on that bitch. Amazing. And this was her. You know what I'm saying? I was able to get her back to the States. This was her. One thing this bike can do, it was faster, first of all, than Americans, but I can cut my headlights on and off. I have a switch where other bikes, you know what I'm saying, your headlights stay on. Your headlights stay on. Real talk. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because during that time is plenty of other areas, but I just don't want to put all my business out there. I know when I got to Cali, they some people saw me up there in these particular canyons, and I was dragging the canyons, and these group of Americans tried to stop me every time I was riding. So I guess they was gonna prove to me or something or whatever. So I said, I popped my visor. I said, man, let me be, man. I'm just trying to get some rounds in. Oh, we was just trying to see who you were at that. I was an officer too. I said, fucking man, I'm out this camp. And then word got around and people trying to damn shuffle shit around. They made me motorcycle safety instructor, y'all. Them niggas played me. They found out who I was and everything, where I worked. They say, "Oh, we can't prove it's you, but we heard you can ride um pretty good over there. We need to make you the motorcycle safety instructor." Y'all hold on. Yeah, I ain't gonna keep y'all on there that long. I just want to, talk about this bike life a little bit. And how fun it was back then in the '90s, knowing how to do something not too many people do. You know what I'm saying? I have other pictures of me dragging turns that was developed, but due to the PCS moves and stuff, I can't find it. But this I love this picture right here. This picture right here was unbelievable because I didn't even have on my full leathers. I was running a full uh, did I still have my I know I probably run a full acropobic, full exhaust system from front to rear. It wasn't really no real crazy tunes. I put some different jets in the carburetor. I used to tune my own shit too, bro, as much as I could, and put some nice freaking race tires on there. But as far as that, just suspension a little bit so it wouldn't dip in. It wouldn't be too hard in the turn. You want it to sit in the turn. You don't want your suspension to be hard if you used to riding turns. You just want it to be in the middle. So when you take that according to how hot you go into the turn, you want that shit to sit. You know what I'm saying? You want it to flex a little bit and sit. You don't want that motherfucker just being like a brick. But yeah, that picture right there, man, I was moving out pretty good. And if you look at how the body is shifted a little bit off the bike and you still have control of the throttle, you're looking all the way around the turn. It feels good, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I had a whole nother life outside this shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to run them turns heavy. People used to come to me, you know what I'm saying, when they hit me with the freaking when they hit me with the motorcycle safety course as an officer and shit, and they call themselves shutting me down, talking about, well, you have to set the example out here. Okay, sir, you have to set the example. I said, why do you keep on saying I gotta set? Who said what? Nothing. I'm glad you're the motorcycle safety because they say you know a lot about bikes. Okay, came the motorcycle safety instructor. I had a group of knuckleheads up there trying to challenge me. They saw me up there, and I was trying to tell them not to do certain things, like go to this particular spot. And this guy said, "Well, sir, there, we see you over there all the time." I said, "You didn't see me over there." "Yeah, you ride the black and gray." I said, "I said you think that was me? Did you see my face? You thought that was me, and it's not about me. I'm just here to give y'all some tips on if you're gonna ride those turns and those cliffs on the side. Make sure you do a head count. Make sure you create ample amount of space from the front to the rear tire. That's all. And what he do? God is my witness. They went out there and didn't do a head count and lost one of their freaking people. Dead. Had a newborn too. I ain't lying. I'm not lying. That is no lie. That is absolutely fact, bro. Dude had a freaking newborn kid too. They put this rookie, this novice rider, up there and didn't even put him in the middle of the group. They put him in the back. You ride in the back. That's not what uh White told you. I didn't tell you that. I didn't tell you to put that nigga in the back. I said put him in the middle. Shoot, and keep an eye on them growing up them damn turns. Nope. Came around that turn, skid off, found them at the bottom of the ravine dead, man. I felt bad. I felt bad for that guy because I saw him in the meeting. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me make this perfectly clear before I go: is that motorcycles don't always deal with death. Everybody has a certain adrenaline to do a lot of shit that requires it. You gotta have a different adrenal gland. Your shit gotta be different. It has to be different to complete some of these high these high intensive dangerous type activities such as sport bikes. Now, of course, things have changed since when I rode, but just to get a sport bike different, man, you need to be fully aware of how much you're rolling on that throttle and how easy it is for you to get on it. And if you have control, if you go fast one time, two times, three times, well, you went fast. Why you have to go fast any other time is if somebody's rolling up next to you and you want to prove how fast your bike is. That's all. Or y'all in the area where you can speed. It's beautiful scenery. You know what I'm saying? You may have already eaten or whatever, and you just want to feel the wind. That I can see. If it's safe, cool. But when I was doing my thing, bro, yeah, they used to call me a legend over there, bro. I know it's funny for people. Look, it's funny people to think that because they didn't know that side of me. But it's people that used to know me when I was in the street riding, and they would be like, "Damn!" Like the people that I was saying, the unit that wanted to fight me or something, that did not want to ride with them. I'm like, "Hey, it's not the fact that I don't want to ride with you. It's the fact that I would like for you to get more experience for me to ride with you. Why can't you just ride for one day and all that? It's too much. It's too much ego. It's too much ego." And perfect example, a guy that worked in my unit in radio, lived in my building. He was one of the reasons why they was getting mad because he had got this new bike. I told him he wasn't ready for the bike. That's a fast bike. And then I say, I don't think you're ready for it with your level of experience. But they'll get these bikes, go take the motorcycle training course, go through the little obstacles and shit. That's easy. I come out one morning, he's getting ready to go up north with his family. Everything in that moment to me was moving in slow motion for whatever. I'm looking at him, you know. He has that glow about him, like so many other people I've experienced that was about to, you know, and he just looked over at me. He didn't say much. He said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "What's up, man? Great day to ride." He said, "Yeah, we going up to Akuma." I said, "Oh my God, you're riding your bikes up to Akuma?" He said, "Yeah, man. Me and my other friends is heading over here." So I knew who he was talking about, and they was definitely not the ones to be leaders to ride over there. Man, I felt bad for him, bro. You know what I'm saying? But dude was glowing. That's a whole nother story. It's serious. He wasn't glowing like that. He's glowing about, you know, me when I'm seeing certain individuals that's in a situation. But anyway, um, everything was moving in slow motion. I saw his wife come out, his kids him got in the car, and I saw them up there, right? At that time, it had already been known that, Scotty is not, White is not going to ride with you all up there, Kuma. I'm not doing it. But they didn't come over there for me. They just came over there to all get together. So I see the cats from the chow hall. I see the other dudes. They all about to ride. So I remember, I was like, he looked over there, one last time. I say, man, hey, be safe on there. Take it easy. He didn't take heed. He would let hey go up there and run head on with a Japanese car and get killed, man. That was the last time I seen him. You know what I'm saying? Just total heartbreak because his wife and the other dude's wife, they was going up there for a vacation, so they all rolled up there. But the other dude, he rolled in the car. His friend, he rolled in the car, and the other guys that was from the child, they rode together on the motorcycles. But the other friend that the wives was going up there, they rolled in the car, so they was ahead because bikes had to stop and get gas and everything on base and fuel up, so they was ahead. So he ended up wrecking before he actually caught up to them. So it was a bad deal, man. You know, they've been missing their fathers a long time. I can't imagine how grown his kids are now and shit like that. I wonder what his wife think. I tried to reach out to her for a minute online, man, just to see how everything was good when years passed by, but I never could find out. I don't know if she even still have his last name. Who knows? But yeah, just be safe in what you do out there. Just be safe, man. That's all. That bike life ain't for everybody. But for me, yeah, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I hated selling my baby, but I had to get off of it for bigger responsibilities. You know? They just don't know, man. I'm talking to myself in the picture. They don't know what a nigga was doing, bro. You don't know. Man, come on, brother. So let me get to the chat right quick. What kind of bike is that with the wheel hanging all the way out the back? Um, Probably was a Busa or a freaking Kawasaki 1400 because they're bigger engine bikes. And in order for you to have a short base, as I call it, the short base is the regular stock base. You get them out the store. And if you're running straights with that, you want a longer base so the bike don't wheelie. So having a shorter base on the street is okay, but you just got to know how to ride it. You just got to know how to ride that short base and get on that throttle and know how to moderate those RPMs, and you'll be good. Just get some riding experience. You know. Okay, my bag. Appreciate that, Brunts. Yeah, man. Them UCs be over there, man, trying to find out who's who out there. Real talk. That's why I stayed away because the ones that try to ride, which is the ones that be telling. I be scared to crash my joint trying to drag one knee. Yeah, a lot of brothers was all hyped up about, you know, straight lining, but when I had the opportunity, it was some brothers used to see my bike just parked over there when I was on the drill field, and they'll say, "Hey man, we gotta get together and go ride." And I was like, "Man, I'm going to ride, but I'm not doing straights today. I'm just going over here get some work in, in this little industrial area with some turns." He said, "What? Why would you do that?" He say, "You have to come over there and see." You know what I'm saying? So they went over there. I was already over there. I saw them when they pull up, and I came into a hard left. I came in, dragged that motherfucker, and then went out and dragged the other one. Went out to the main road, dipped back in. It was just a straight loop in the industrial area with about 4 turns. Boom, you go in there, hit that one turn, right, hit left, come down to a little straight, gather up some speed, dang, drag that down left hand turn. So when I came back around, I rolled up in the parking lot where they were. And they'll tell you themselves, man, if I ever had them on here, they'll tell you themselves. Them motherfuckers had their mouth open. They's like, hell no, nigga, we didn't know you was getting down like that. I say, yeah, man, this is one of my big hobbies, man. I don't do too much of that straight shit, man. I like motherfucking, turns. I do. They say, man, how do you even do that? Man, I ain't no way I'm doing that. I said, I can teach you. Say, no, man. They was just like I put out there. They was puzzled, bro. They was puzzled about getting low. At that high speed dragging knee, man, they didn't want to do it. They just wanted to do the straights. I said, how, man? Motherfucking dunk a basketball and you have all that air and opportunity up under you to hit the ground. You got to land that shit different. Come on, man. Everything has a little bit a freaking risk. Do you ever watch the Isles of Man? Hell yeah, I watch the Isles of Man. I did a live stream on it. I said that's one of the only places I would want to go and ride, you know, in my last day. Before I'm too old, I would love to ride the Isles of Man and see how fast I can take the Isles of Man, but how safe can I ride it? Because I will have to do a couple of, run throughs, man. Cause that is an incredible freaking race, man. Incredible, them motherfuckers are moving. I love it, man. I love it, man. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Isles of Man is just, yeah. I did a lot back in the day, man. I definitely like to ride that. That they got the turns. They give you the in city view. The roads are different. Oh yeah. To get that, I just saw a clip on Twitter. This guy crashed into a car and turned into his lane, and his bike caught on fire. Fire spread on the ground, and he burned too. I don't know how a dude can get caught burning in a bike because if you really paying attention to what's going on in front of you, you got to be willing to jump over the car. If your bike is going towards a car, it needs to be a car, not a bus. You know what I'm saying? You jump, and it's a bus hits you, you're going in the window. But one thing they teach you, if you're going at high speed, you can clear a car. You can clear it. Real talk. If you scared and you grabbing hold of those freaking that freaking those that throttle and that other hand guard, and you don't let go, you're dying. But you can actually stand up on your pegs if you hit the last minute. You'll clear that car easy. You just get ejected. You got your helmet down. You'll slide on the pavement if it's not that bad. If it's not traffic, and it's a possibility you can live with no problems. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the situation though. Yeah, they put me on a motorcycle safety instructor, and I had to goddamn follow different rules now. I was like, ain't that a bitch? Y'all put me in this mug, and then we still have a casualty. That's what karma was. You know what I'm saying? You still have a casualty after I told them, listen. I told them cats. I said, I've been over your way. I told y'all, look, I've been over there. I've been over there because I know how to ride that. I'm riding within my limit. It's not reckless. I've been over there. But the shit I see with other military personnel being over there, they're riding too damn reckless and they don't know how to drag. They're not even picking up enough speed to drag. So y'all need to chill with that until you learn how to. Learn in the parking lot. Oh, there's no way you can learn in the parking lot. Yes, I will show you. To do a figure eight in the parking lot, I can show you that. I can do a figure eight and drag every point on the figure eight. You just have to watch and pay attention and be willing to gather enough speed to lay your bike down to the point where you can drag the knee. That's all. That's all. You know what I'm saying? People have no idea how much when it came down to it, how much money I made when we was at a gym one day and I told them I can drag a Hayabusa. I can drag a Hayabusa in a figure eight in the parking lot. And they was like, nigga, you tripping. It's no way. You bullshitting. I say, man, I've been at this for a minute, shawty. I know y'all don't know that side. But if you want to put your money up, you can put it up. I'll give you the whole, 2 point on both sides. I drag on the opposite, side on the freaking clutch side. I drag on the goddamn throttle side. It don't matter. And this, unfortunately, it looks like I'm smiling and it's so easy that some people lost their freaking goddamn taco salad, their yakisoba. They was heading to the red light district money on this day. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers lost their motherfucking money. That's another thing. When I did the Hayabusa parking lot, man, once again, I wasn't the only brother there. I wasn't the only brother in this bitch, man. Look, I wasn't the only brother in there, but you can clearly see I wore neon pucks on jeans, right? For the real ones who don't know, we used to go out and crush soda cans, duct tape them to it, and when we drag the knee, it sparks through the light. That's the kind of shit I wanted on camera. I wanted them kind of pics on camera because you can sit up there and drag a motherfucking soda can on your knee through that pavement, and it'll spark up the whole way you're dragging. Shit was cool. But yeah, man, I was dragging this big ass bus. You know, it's just easy. I mean, look, I'm barely that big. I mean, I'm barely even using any energy, man. It's just so easy, man. But they paid for a very nice lunch. I swear to God, they paid for a very nice lunch. They mouth. I say, close your motherfucking mouths, dog. I told you. I swing that motherfucker left, swing it right, swing it left again, swing it all the way around in a turn, drag spear, yo, drag it all the way in a circle. But I'm gonna stop bragging, dog. I'm gonna stop bragging. I'm gonna stop bragging. Let me show you one more because this is probably the last time y'all even see this shit. Let me see one. Let me show you one more. I mean, I used to be serious in this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's another military guy that's married to a Japanese guy. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah, you know, and we used to be all the way up there in them mountains, full of leathers and everything. You look at the leathers; they are scuffed. Yeah, feel me? You know what I'm saying? So it's been a pleasure. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. You know what I'm saying? I had one more while I was wheeling down the motherfucking street. I just wish the cameraman would have been a little bit closer. But this is me wheeling down the street, standing up. You know what I'm saying? You can't see. I'm gonna have to test that up a little bit, but I'm going away from the camera view. You know. Shout out to Sukina, man. I miss you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. You know what I'm saying? People do have different areas in life where they do this shit. Kenny Roberts said he learned how to slide his bike in the corners by spinning up the back wheel at dirt. Well, that sliding is different than knee dragging. You know, sliding, oh man, that's a beautiful art. Beautiful art. It's just like you're sliding your tires spinning slowly in the corner. You know, you see a lot of pros do that shit, but their tires is different than mine. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful to watch. It is beautiful to watch when you're able to see it. It was some shit that crazy. Can you tell us there was anything he could have done to prevent that real quick? Um, I just sent you that crash. Let me check it out. Let me check out that crash, man. Let me see where you sent it. He panicked, man. Oh man, he got fucked up. That's fucked up. He probably died, bro. Died. He was William, right? Am I saying this right? He was William. Let me see. No, he wasn't. Okay. Okay. Check this out. I'm glad you asked me this, Blunts. I wish I can pull it up. Okay. I know exactly what he did. So You have a car that's on the second to from the right lane, which isn't the turning lane. This motorcycle rider is doing what he's supposed to. He's riding in the far right lane. They tell you not to ride in the fast lanes, ride in the far right lane, the slow lane. So when he's going at a pretty good speed, he sees this car turn from the second lane over into his lane to make a right turn. What he does, he grabs too much front brake because he went into an endo. His rear wheel came up and he went into an endo. Once you hit that endo, you're on the front wheel, buddy. The only way you're gonna survive is that you let off the throttle, let your rear wheel drop. You just let go. You just let off the throttle. You hit the rear brake. You hit the front brake, and that's the fastest way for you to slow down. This dude obviously didn't know how to brake his bike in an emergency situation. Tap the front brake, rear brake, squeeze slowly both of them, and slow it down. It would not did what it did if he would have been able to slow his bike down. This guy was on one wheel. He grabbed open the front brake and panicked. That's called panic right there. That's called panic. He flipped all the way over too. He flipped all the way over. Yep, he was moving. Yeah, he was moving, dog. He was moving. I feel bad for him. He got fucked up. Yeah, he grabbed too much front brake, which was natural in that case. When you see something that's shocking to you, that's in front, and you're going that fast, because a bike can close down, a half a mile quicker than you can blink. And when he was grabbing, he grabbed nothing but front brake. If he just would have grabbed that rear brake, smashed it just a little bit with the firm grip on the front, the bike would have slowed down and he would have survived this. He would have survived it. His bike wouldn't have flipped over and he would have just ran into the side of it. But he flipped all the way over because he grabbed that front brake. And that was that, bro. Yeah, he grabbed hold. We call it goddamn. You know what I'm saying? The gorilla grip. When your mind is on a bike, it's different than a car. For real. People need to understand when you're in a car, your mental state feels protected. You're surrounded, even though you can get killed in the car. But on a bike, it's different. You reach for that front brake, and you're supposed to start with the rear and the front damn near at the same time and squeeze accordingly. And your bike will slow down quicker than usual. You can either slide in a straight line, but I guarantee he wouldn't have flipped over and went up under that car like that. And that bike burst into flames and burned him too. Damn. Oh boy. Damn. But man, y'all hold it down one turn at a time, man. And make sure when you're on that throttle, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. Enjoy your day. I know this is Tuesday, right? Yeah, enjoy your day. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.